All right, the next question, Professor Liddig, and we will start with Mayor Schmitt.
All right, thank you. I'd like to turn now to the impact of Governor Walker's budget repair bill. One of the things that this budget repair bill does, as you know, it increases public employee contributions for health care and pensions, which in many ways provides more resources for the city budget. On the other hand, it's offset by a $3 million reduction of state aid to the city, and in the future limits how much local property taxes can increase. And so there's a balancing act that needs to take place here, and I want to know how you as mayor is going to deal with it, and how it may affect how much you give to public services and which services.
Thank you, Dr. Liddig. We're ahead of the curve on this one. The budget repair bill that reduced revenues about a little over $3 million. We've been watching that and following it very closely, and to that end, we put together a new contract with our city and with our city employees, and they have been awesome about working with us. They are contributing 5.8% in the retirement fund. They're paying more in their health care. Just this year is going to save us almost $700,000. The governor's bill, of course, went into effect next year. We're good. Yeah, this thing about we can't raise taxes, that's fine. We're not going to raise taxes. I don't need the governor telling me not to raise taxes. I mean, Doyle had this cap we could go up to. We never did that. We never got to the governor's levy limit. So, look, the way we're going to do this is the way we've done it. I mean, you know, I'm curious as to what they did in the county. We took the lead in this, and our employees stepped up, the union stepped up, and as you know, last Friday we came up with a new contract, and you should feel confident about that. There's some other communities that I'm very worried about, but Green Bay is good. You know, we've addressed the problem. We've got more employee contribution here. And you know, we feel confident that we're going to get through. And to remind employees and everybody, we live in the state of Wisconsin, and they had a huge problem, and we're part of the solution. And we got to step up on this. I'm not crazy about everything in the bill, but on the other hand, I'm the mayor. I respect what happens in Madison, but I will say that what we've come up with in the city of Green Bay is better than anything that has come out of Madison. Because we work together, we put together great agreements, and the city's in good shape. We're not going to have to increase taxes, and we continue our great services. Thank you.
Supervisor Evans.
Thank you. Well, I am concerned about this budget shortfall. I appreciate that the unions did come to the table. We're certainly working with them on the county. We've extended contracts, and we're looking to even extend them out further. So that's great. We'll handle that on the county. The city level, of course, we have to remember about 450 employees are fire and police. They're not bound by this. Certainly we've got to go to the table and ask them for some concessions. Will we get what the other unions do? No, I'm realistic. I don't believe that will happen. I believe they'll offer concessions because the police and fire have been very good to work with in the city. But, no one wants a tax increase, and certainly we won't be able to do that. And then that's fine. I agree with that. No tax increase. Last year, Executive Hints put out a 6% budget. We brought that down to 0. Services and layoffs. I look at this once again is, I talk a lot about lean management. I've instituted lean management in organizations and saved them hundreds of thousands of dollars. This needs to be done in the city. We're going to hear, well, maybe lean management has been done, but the forestry department, we have 2 managers for 9 or 10 employees. That's not lean management where I come from. I'll tell you that. We can look at wasteful areas. We can look at streamlining areas. The other idea I put together is we need to work collaboratively with other organizations like the county and other municipalities in the school district. I put an idea out there. We need to work collaboratively with the school district. There was an article on that in the paper. It hasn't been done. I mean, even Dr. Massa's quote, if we can find ways to work together and save the taxpayers' money, I'm all for that. You know what? We need to create a coalition. I was on the task force to look at how we would deal with school overcrowding after the referendum for the second school failed, the new high school failed. We need to do that. We need to think out of the box. We need to think creatively. I want to implement lean management, strategic planning, and a capital improvement program. All of these will be able to get real tax savings, real dollar savings.
Mayor Schmitt, anything to follow up on?
You bet. Now, that's it. We've been through lean management, you guys, and here's the fact book right here. Municipal facts. Green Bay has one of the lowest operating costs, okay, when it comes to general government. We've been through that. We had Shankin, we had them go through the police department, and lean management is getting rid of the management, or making sure that the task is being done as close to the customer as possible. We've gone through that. And in terms of the other employees stepping up, police and fire, there's a difference here. I'm confident that they understand what the city's going through. And look, there's better days coming. We're going to have more money, and we're going to reward our employees. And I'm confident. I'm confident the leadership of both police and fire are going to say, look, they don't have to do it. I do think they're going to do it. I think we're going to be okay. I'm not just pulling that out. I mean, I've talked to some of them, and I'm getting good signals, but we have work to do. I'll admit that.
Supervisor Evans, 1 minute.
Certainly. Once again, the way we've done business is changing. That's a fact. You can't do business the same way. We need to start thinking out of the box creatively. Once again, I appreciate some of the numbers that the mayor brought up, but if you can say we have lean management, we've got 2 managers for about 10 employees, once again, that's not lean management in my book. I have a master's in organizational leadership and quality. I understand this stuff. Once again, looking collaboratively with other organizations, extremely, extremely important. That can be done. And certainly, I appreciate the police and fire, and I'm anticipating they will give some concessions, and that's important. But I live in the real world, and we took a big hit with shared revenue, folks. And to think we're going to do business the same way we did last year, it's not going to happen. I'm realistic about that.